Howdy folks, today we're going to be taking a look at my 2000 GMC Sierra Classic 2500. This has been a good truck for me. I've had it for a few years. I've put about 15,000 miles on it. So this will be just the basic things I like about it, I don't like about it, and a few things that are wrong with it, and a few things that I want to do to it, a few mods, mirrors and such. Starting out, the guy that had this before me painted it. He painted it, as you can see, from white to blue. Most of the blue turned out pretty nice, but as you can see, I'm having a few problems here and here. The paint's just coming right off. And then this has been under the topper, and the bed has just one of those lay-in plastic, like molded bed liners or whatever, Duraliner. And so I took that out recently because I wanted to make sure that there was no rust on here, which thankfully there isn't. And then also because I am thinking that I'm probably going to get like a spray and bed liner like Rhino Liner or Linex in this, just to help preserve it and keep the metal down here nice and stuff. Now I probably am going to paint the truck at some point. I just don't know when. I think it's probably going to be a pretty big undertaking. I've never done anything like it before. So I think maybe later in the summer, maybe next fall. So that'd be fall of 2022. I'll get it up here in the shop somewhere, and I'll get set up with a paint gun and a sander so I can sand everything down extensively and try to do a really good job painting it. So up in the front here, this whole business, as well as the grill, I replaced this last year, and the headlights and everything, because I hit a deer with the truck. Thankfully it did very little damage, just the head hit right here. So obviously I needed new of all this stuff and the headlights. So I got this color matched, and then I just got regular headlights because normal ones are quite expensive. So I don't know, I might put LED bulbs in these sometime, but for now they just have the stock bulbs. It's got just a stock bumper on it. I got that style license plate just because I think it looks cool. I really like how the front end of these trucks look, especially the GMCs. The Chevys too, but especially these. I think the tow hooks make it look quite heavy duty, and the chrome bumper can also make it look really good if it's shined up and you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, again, there's a lot of, you'll be seeing a lot of spots like that of paint. So just for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. But eventually here, I'll paint it. So here on the tires, last year I got these BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO2s. These are just some American Eagle alloys, I think they're called. Rims it was sitting on when I got it. The guys, when they put the new tires on, apparently the hubcaps were on really tight, so they had to beat them off with a hammer. So been trying to get my hands on new hubcaps, but the company that makes these rims went out of business, and so they've been really hard to find for cheap enough that I can actually afford them and that it's actually practical for me to do, because obviously this truck isn't completely perfect. For now it's just got these stock mirrors, although that is something I intend to change in the near future. It's got these Nerf bars that the guy that had it before me installed. It's a pretty poor install job here. You can see that screw's not even there, neither is that one. But yeah, they're just screwed up in there. There's a little spots of rust here. So I'm not sure what to do with that. I'm gonna ask the body shop guy what I should do about that. Anyway, coming around to the back side, the hitch is gotten fairly rusty, but you know, it's not like corroded through by any means. So I intend to either drop this hitch off, and I do have a stainless hitch that I could put on there, or I will just get this one powder coated or something like that. But I want to make it look nicer because it doesn't look very hot right now. Also, I need to get this handle fixed. It's broken, and I'm missing the little plastic piece that goes around here, so I need to get that, and I need to get a new handle. But of course, if you have an OBS Chevy, you know that those handles constantly break, because the little clips that hold these two and squeeze them to open the tailgate is plastic, so they commonly break, especially in the cold and everything like that. Back bumper, as you can see, looks like I missed a big spot with the brush when I was washing it, but does have some rust spots here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I could either do a bumper delete, or try to get a new bumper, or sand this one down and get it paint matched to the truck. So I'll have to make that decision when the time comes. But there's a few other things I want to do first. As you can see, also at some time in its life, it had this really crappy black undercoating put on the frame. only, you can see it just falls apart in my hands. But it's only on the frame underneath the bed. It's not under the truck here. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna end up with doing that, but I do wanna get some sort of coating on the frame, probably when I paint it. As far as exhaust, it's got true duals, or whatever you call them. You can see it runs dual all the way back here from the headers. And so it sounds pretty good. It's two 2-inch pipes, so technically, I'm not sure, but I think technically that means it's got 4-inch exhaust. But, you know, I'm no pro, so I have no idea. When I get tow mirrors, I want to get ones that have lights on them, amber lights, so that they can match these lights. And then so I want to have those, and I also want to put cab lights on because I think that'll look really good as well. I have an appointment next Friday. I am going to get, I'm going to get the front windows, which have no tint on them right now. I'm getting those matched 20% to the back windows. So, you know, it's not super dark. You can't see through. But it's not super dark, but it should help out and make the truck look a bit better. I'm also getting I'm not sure, but either like a 5 or 6-inch brow. Also 20% on the windshield. But as you can see up here, I have a crack. So I just am waiting for the insurance claim to go through so that I can get a new windshield before I get the brow put on. Also at that time, I'm probably going to put new wipers on because these are mismatched. They work fine, but they just look kind of crappy. I'm not sure whether I want to or not, but it'd be kind of cool, I think, to get the wipers paint matched to the truck. As you can tell, the truck is fairly rusty or dusty right now, and that's because I've just had it in for a while. This thing does have the big block, so it's got a 7.4 liter V8. So it is an absolute gas hog, especially when you're towing. I've gotten 6 miles to the gallon before with it. So it's not super pretty, especially with these high gas prices. Moving on to the inside, I've replaced all 4 door courtesy lights with blue. I've replaced the dome lights with blue. That one doesn't work, but so all that is blue. Up here, I've got the map lights, just like a bright white. So those are quite nice because they can give you just about as much light as you need. Also, these down here you can see I've replaced with white. I do have some floor lights in that are blue. I can change them with this remote to whatever color I need. This wire is for the brake controller. Whoops, so that usually just stays tucked up there. We'll just not pay attention to that for now. But anyway, so I've got the Kenwood radio. And then one of the favorite things I've done to this truck is put these lights in. So these are blue in the climate control and the speedometer and everything. As you can see, the truck just turned 130,000 miles. So it's pretty low mileage, especially for this year and vintage of truck. The front 2 door speakers I've replaced with, I believe they're Infinity Kappa something. But they're 6.5-inch speakers. These are pretty high quality, at least from the price tag they're supposed to be. They sound really good as far as I can tell. I'm no expert. So the trucks actually, weirdly enough, don't come stock with anything in these back doors. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put something in, but if you open it, there's just literally a flat panel that you could cut into and add a speaker. So that's kind of weird. However, in the back there is speakers here, and on the other pillar on the other side, I do have replacement speakers for those. They're just Sony's, but they should sound better than what's in here right now. As far as I can tell, that's a fairly big job. You have to remove the back seat and all the trim back there and everything. So I'll be undertaking that sometime, hopefully in the near future when I get a day to do it. This truck does have the cloth seating, but as far as the electronics and stuff, it's got the CD player, it's got the power windows, power locks, and power mirrors here. So for the day, I have a feeling that it was a fairly loaded kit, but yeah, you can see in here the paint is really suffering. Not sure what I'm going to end up doing, but maybe I'll take the doors off. Also, on this front driver's door, I need to do the pins so it doesn't sag. So that'll be a video coming out in the near future, just how to do that kind of. As far as the inside, I think that's about it. I haven't done too much to it, and I intend to leave it fairly stock. So moving around to the hood here, We'll go ahead and open that up, and here it is, completely stock. I don't really intend to do anything on it to the engine because I don't want to decrease the life of it or anything. In theory, I should be able to drive this truck for a long time before I have any engine troubles with it. So it's got the 454 big block, just naturally aspirated, everything completely normal. I haven't done anything to it. These trucks have fairly remarkably heavy cooling systems, especially for gassers. But so far it's run really good. I haven't had to do much mechanically to it. Blew a brake line last winter, but you know, those blow. So I think that's about it for under the hood. And so yeah, I think so far I think I've gone over just about all the mods I've done to it, about everything I intend to do also. Not a whole lot. I'm not on a super loose budget, so the mods will come over time. But if all goes well, I intend to make a video about it whenever I do it, and maybe just, you know, show people how to do it if I can, and otherwise just show off what it looks like after. But thanks for tuning in, everybody, and checking out the truck. I hope you enjoyed, and stop by in the future for more videos.